BBC Radio Lancashire.
It's just gone 8:10 now. Some more good news. A campaigner from Lancashire is celebrating this morning after the government announced that it will give local councils more than £23 million to build more accessible toilets for people with severe disabilities. Zack Kerr from Accrington is a wheelchair user and for years has been campaigning for Changing Places toilets to be installed across the country. So these are state-of-the-art facilities with hoists and changing benches for adults. Well, in his spring statement, the Chancellor Rishi Sunak said he would make the money available to install over 500 life-enhancing Changing Places toilets in public places and tourist attractions. 76 of those will be here in the Northwest. Zack, who uses a computer to speak, said this is brilliant news.
I am really pleased that the government have made this funding available to increase the number of Changing Places toilets. We all know that there are nowhere near enough of these facilities at the moment. Hopefully lots of these new ones will be in places we can visit on days out with our friends and family, like in our parks and zoos, at the seaside and tourist attractions, as well as in our shopping centers. It's going to make such a difference to my life, and it makes all our campaigning work so worthwhile.
Well, let's speak to Zack's stepfather, Kerry Davis. Kerry, you must be delighted.
We are. It's brilliant news. And the only disappointment last week was that there wasn't enough made of it, I think, in the local and the national press, because there's been so much going on in the world, isn't there? But this is fantastic news. Yeah, it really is.
Well, we asked Zack what the changes mean to him and others and why Changing Places toilets are so important.
I always say that Changing Places toilets are nothing short of life-changing for me, and for so many people with disabilities or additional needs. There are over 250,000 people in UK alone who need the equipment available in a Changing Places toilet so that they can use the toilet or be changed in a clean and safe space. When you have disabilities or additional needs, life can be difficult enough in many ways. But when there are no accessible toilet facilities where I can be hoisted safely from my wheelchair and changed in privacy and with dignity, I face the choice between staying at home or restricting my social life because of my needs. That's just not fair. No one should have to face these decisions because of the lack of basic toilet facilities. But whenever we want to leave our homes for a trip to the cinema, to a concert, for a day trip, to travel to see friends and family, or just to go shopping, we are faced with these difficult choices.
Kerry, what is it about Zack that makes him such a successful campaigner?
I wish I knew. I wish we could bottle it and sell it. I really do. I think he's just so determined, and I think when he meets people, I think that's one of the biggest differences when he launched his campaign for motorway service Changing Places, because he was willing to go out there and meet people and talk to people, and people actually saw in him physically in need, but also saw in him his passion and his determination. I think that just came across because so much of his campaigning has been done, as you know, through social media and his contacts through the social media. That people think that's been a limiting factor, but in actual fact, it's been a real energy driver for Zack. It's been incredible.
So, with this extra funding, what difference will it make to people's lives, and what changes will we see?
Well, hopefully in terms of changes, what we'll see is obviously additional toilet facilities at places that we're all familiar with. Hopefully in the Northwest, those will include sort of tourist attractions, our outdoor parks and leisure facilities, zoos, plenty along our seaside coast and so on. And they might be rooms that have been converted in existing buildings that will have more equipment put in, or they might be some modular buildings, buildings that are put near existing toilets, which will have separate access to a Changing Places unit inside. And hopefully that will be, well, it certainly will be within the next 2 years. We know that some projects are ready to go because the government have made this announcement in the last week. Some of those projects are ready to start almost immediately, and others will be coming to light within the next 12, 18 months. But in terms of people's difference to life, it's game changing. Zack and our family always say that. It makes such a difference that if somebody like Zack or anybody with additional needs is excluded from having facilities, then it means a family unit can't go out and enjoy the day together as a family. So it's really game changing for families like ours.
Kerry, really good to speak to you. All the best to you and Zack. That was Zack Kerr and his stepfather, Kerry Davis.
BBC